Hey everybody, welcome to Breakfast All Day. I'm Matt. Alonso is on the line, as is Christy. They are going to talk about the personal history of David Copperfield, which I have not seen yet, so I will sit quietly. I have an errand to run, so I may be off camera for a moment, but you guys go ahead.
Fair enough. So this is Armando Iannucci's big screen adaptation of what is arguably one of Charles Dickens's most autobiographical novels. CD is DC, David Copperfield, who basically is born to wealth and then sent to work in a factory and then comes under the auspices of a wealthy aunt, and then she loses all of her money, and back and forth and back and forth. The casting here is interesting in that this is not your usual collection of white people playing roles in Victorian England. Dev Patel plays David Copperfield. There are lots of actors of color involved. Sometimes you will have, say, Benedict Wong playing a character and his daughter is of African descent, and it is never commented upon, and it doesn't matter. This is basically Dickens writ large, filtered through Iannucci's sensibility. He, of course, is the guy who gave us The Thick of It and Veep and The Death of... In the Loop, sorry, and the Loop, and the Death of Stalin. And I was kind of hoping that there would be more Iannucci and less Dickens in this. Not that there's anything wrong with Dickens, but if Iannucci is going to do this kind of adaptation, I would have liked to there have been a little more of a satirical sensibility, a little more of a pungent wit to it, and it feels like, outside of the casting choices, a fairly straightforward adaptation of the Dickens novel. And if that's what you're down for, that's fine. It does that well. It just seems like an odd choice of source material for this filmmaker, who I think has a very distinct and interesting point of view when it comes to politics and human interaction in general. I don't know. That was my takeaway. What did you think?
For those of you listening at home who cannot see what is happening on screen, Matt has gotten into the pool and he's floating around with a captain's hat on because it's 95 degrees in the valley today.
And getting hotter.
So if there was ever a reason for you to also subscribe to our Breakfast All Day YouTube channel,
yes.
Today is the day.
We are bringing the visuals.
To see Matt and all his hunkiness and his valley pool. The porn shoot's going to break out any minute now. So I have never read David Copperfield, I have to admit. Like I've read other Dickens, of course, like, you have to because high school, because 10th grade English class. But it would initially seem like a weird combination of tone and worldview to mash up Dickens with Iannucci. But the more I watched it, the more I thought, okay, I can see why Iannucci wanted to do this, because there's a similar kind of bite, right? Like a cynical kind of satirical look at the world and social hierarchies and social mores and like what matters and who is genuine and who is a climber. And I feel like all of that seems to also be of a piece with the kind of stories that Iannucci likes to tell about power and money and society. So like that all kind of made sense to me. I keep seeing it's being called like a modern take on David Copperfield, but it's still like the same era. It's the same. It's not like this is not like Michael Amoretta's Hamlet, right?
Sure.
Right, where he's like doing like a modern day, like high tech version of Hamlet. This is like, it still takes place in that same era of England. But yeah, the casting is I guess the bold modern move.
That's the modern part.
I like Dev Patel in this a lot because it is a nice balance of the thing that makes him such a charming screen presence without like the jittery hyper nature that we sometimes see in Dev Patel roles. Like, I want to say
The Newsroom.
Like, no, not even that. Like, wasn't he in like, was it Grand, what hotel was it? Marigold?
You're right. Best Exotic
Marigold. Like, there's like a jittery kind of hyper annoying nature sometimes to some Dev Patel performances, like too eager to please.
Yeah.
And here he's not. And here he just really milks the No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. My Siri just went off for some reason. Like, he really works the natural charisma that makes him such an interesting screen presence. And
Sure.
he's fantastic looking, and I don't think he's often called upon to be
And
any kind of romantic lead.
And it's a great ensemble. Obviously, you've got Tilda Swinton and Stephen Fry and Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi's scenes as Mr. Macabre, I thought, stole the movie. Like, I every time he would come back on screen, I was like, oh, Peter Capaldi's back. Like, that to me was some of my favorite stuff. Capaldi obviously being so memorable in previous collaborations with Iannucci, and of course Macabre being the scene-stealing role played by W.C. Fields in the old version of this movie. Gwendolyn Christie makes a very hissable villain in a few scenes for sure.
Welcome back. Hugh Laurie also. Hugh Laurie.
Did I not say Hugh Laurie? I thought I did. Okay. Rosalind Eleazar as Agnes, I thought was dynamite. She and Patel make a really great couple. There's a lot that I like about this movie. I think that it's a good David Copperfield movie. And I see what you're saying about how, yes, I mean, Dickens is obviously always making comments about class status and social strata and who's oppressing whom and that kind of thing, which I would think would loan itself well to what Iannucci does as a sort of sharp observer of politics and of society. But I don't know. I don't know if it's that there's something about the Dickens that it just feels so familiar at this point, because he touches upon this in, everything from A Christmas Carol to Great Expectations, to Oliver Twist, which is referenced here briefly. Or that, I don't know. I think I was just expecting something a little punchier out of this, but I think it's well put together. It is a well-made film. It is a handsomely mounted production. I like the casting choices.
It's very lively.
It is, yeah. It has a good pace to it. It's zippy. Our friend Daniel Waters said it felt like the trailer for a 12-episode miniseries that he didn't want to watch, which I thought might be putting too fine a point on it. But you can tell they are kind of rushing through this book to like pack it all into 2 hours. And I haven't read it either. So, I mean, but just from the feel of it, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's good. It's just, I don't know. I think I just, given all the pieces, I was maybe expecting more out of it.
Like it should have taken more chances somehow, given
maybe,
that Iannucci and how innovative and singular Iannucci is.
Exactly, or just maybe like if the wit had felt more pungently Iannuccian than sort of like charmingly Dickensian, that kind of thing.
I love Tilda Swinton yelling, "Donkeys! This is a donkey-free zone!" Her chasing the donkeys off of her yard. Well, yeah, yes. Like you have this amazing cast of like leading performers and also character actors who all bite into the juicy material, and they're having a good time.
Ben Whishaw. We didn't even talk about Ben Whishaw
as Uriah Heep. Yes, and the costumes are great. Like it's really, really good. Yeah. It's maybe not strange enough. Chances aren't there.
Like, because here's the thing. Like, you figure, like, if you were to see the BBC production of this, like, you would expect a certain level of methodology and of the sumptuousness and that kind of thing. And Iannucci, apart from again the casting choices that do make it stand out, otherwise this could have just been like the BBC version of it, which is nice and fine and what you want out of a standard David Copperfield adaptation. But it's not like a bold, crazy, paradigm shifting David Copperfield adaptation. Maybe
they'll show this one in schools though, right? Instead of going to the stodgy BBC one, maybe some teachers
would
take a chance and show this kind of cool, well-cast one instead.
Totally, for sure, yeah. But
I'm saying, go ahead.
No, I say, but it is for what it is, it's fine.
Yes, I'm saying 7.
Did I say 7.3?
7.3, you said.
7.3, yes.
Is that a number that you like?
I'll stick to that.
Okay, so 7.2 is our number.
Yeah. And it is showing exclusively theatrically right now, I believe. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Maybe. But we got screeners for it.
Yeah. Wait a month or two. It'll be streaming. You don't have to go. You can wait.
This is not an urgent thing.
No.
I agree.
Nor is Tenet. You can wait.
Nor is Tenet. True.
Nor is any movie.
Don't drive 4 hours to Las Vegas for this.
Yeah, no, just take care of things, please. This isn't going to end until we all take this thing seriously. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. Catch up with our recaps of HBO's Lovecraft Country and The Vow, and coming soon, The Mandalorian Season 2. So there's that to look forward to. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.